Hello and welcome to another video. This one is going to be my 24 books in 2024, which are all the books up here. I've got one facing out at the moment just because it's quite tight in there, so I think if I show this one first and then it's going to be easier to pull out the other ones. So first of all, we've got Just Another Missing Person by Gillian McAllister. So Gillian McAllister is the author of Wrong Place, Wrong Time, which was like a mystery that came out last year that had a bit of time travel in it. So I absolutely loved it. And this is the next book from her. So I definitely want to get to that very soon. And then let's just go through. These are all paperbacks. So all of these 24 books are going to be from my bookshelves. I'm not putting any on this list that are due out in 2024, purely because I don't want to pressure myself to definitely buy the book. So these have all been on my TBR for a while. So next we have 9 Perfect Strangers by Liane Moriarty. This one came out a while ago now. And I've just heard, it was everywhere when it came out. And this is very much giving me summer vibes. So I'm thinking I might read this in the summer. I'm not 100% sure what it's really about, so I'll just go in blind with it. And then we've got He Started It by Samantha Downing. Basically, I've just wanted to try a Samantha Downing book. So she wrote My Lovely Wife, and I'm pretty sure it's a psychological thriller. Then we have The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith. So this is the first book that J.K. Rowling wrote even under the pen name of Robert Galbraith. So this is obviously adult. It's very much a crime fiction. So I've been meaning to read this for a while. So I'm just going to make sure I do in 2024. Next we have Gerald's Game by Stephen King. Let's put that there. Any of these Stephen King books when it gets around to it. It might not 100% be Gerald's Game. I have watched the film of this. It's absolutely shocking. It's a very shocking film. And yeah, I just feel like I need to read the book. But like I said, it could be any one of the Stephen King books, to be honest, when the time comes. And then we have In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. So this book kind of was like everywhere when it first came out. I don't know if it came out like last year. I believe that it's more of like a dark academia. So it's set in a college, or I think, okay, so they basically return to the university. So kind of a dark academia. I'm not really sure. Let's go in blind with that as well. Then we've got Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. This is obviously a cozy fantasy. Well, actually says it's a high fantasy on here, but I could have sworn that this was cozy fantasy. And I love the cover as well because obviously it's got a teacup on there. And then we have Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I think out of all of the books, this is the one that I'm most looking forward to. I've been wanting to read it for ages, and I kind of feel like Silvia Moreno Garcia is going to be my type of author. This is more of like a horror and gothic. Then we have The Book of Life by Deborah Harkness. This is the second book in a Discovery of Witches series, and I obviously just want to continue with the series because I absolutely loved The Discovery of Witches, which I read last month. Was it September, I think, actually? Then we've got Notes from a Small Island by Bill Bryson. So Bill Bryson's like a travel author, I think you would call it. And he's known for Into the Woods. No, Into the Woods is what he's known for. I can't remember what the name of it is. Where he goes along the Appalachian Trail in America. And I'm pretty sure this one is when he comes to the UK. Yes, he lived in North Yorkshire for a while. And so this is his travels set in North Yorkshire. Well, in the UK, pretty much. Then we've got Rules of Perfect Murder Murders by Peter Swanson. So Peter Swanson is an author that I really want to just try out. I've heard really good things about him. Then we have Night's Grave, which is by Stefan Arnhem. So this is like a Scandinavian thriller, which basically has a lot of atmosphere to it. And I just know it's set in the grip of winter. It's in Stockholm, and obviously there's some killers out and about. So I actually got this in a subscription box about 2 years ago now, and for some reason I've just not got round to reading it, but 2024 is going to be the year I read it. And we have The Maidens. Now, to be completely honest, The Silent Patient was not a hit with me. I didn't really get the hype, and I wasn't keen on the main character. There was just a lot about that book that just didn't sit right with me. But this is another book by the same author. So I'm basically giving this author another try. But then recently, like within the last week or so, I kind of heard, actually it's probably like within a matter of days, I kind of heard that this isn't that great. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, this is set in Cambridge University. It's like an exclusive society. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. And then we've got The Five. And now this book obviously was everywhere when it came out. And this is actually focusing more on the victims of Jack the Ripper. And it's really cool cover as well. I need to take the stickers off the front. I picked this up in the charity shop. But I'm just really intrigued. And obviously I love the way how it's the victim's point of view, so the woman's point of view, and not really focusing on Jack the Ripper. And Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. This, I think, is probably one for those that are a bit more on the feminist side of things, I believe, is what I've heard anyway. And we basically will see what life was like in the 1960s for a woman. That's probably just going to make me really mad, to be honest, but we shall see. And in The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This is obviously one that so many people rave about, and I don't know if it's like a bit of a romance. But again, I picked this up in the charity shop, so I thought, I need to give it a try. Everyone talks about it, so why not? And Death Comes to Marlowe by Robert Thurgood. So this is the second book in the Marlowe Murder Club mystery series, which is kind of like a take on Thursday Murder Club. And I kind of feel like it's a brilliant take on the Thursday Murder Club, to be honest. I mean, it's the same kind of idea, where you've got like an old person, not your usual detective, trying to solve a case. So in the first one, I just absolutely loved the fact that it was an elderly lady solving it. So this is the second book in the series, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. And we have The Glass House by Eve Chase. This was like around, like pretty much everywhere a while ago. It's a mystery. And I think it's like got family secrets in amongst it. Then we've got The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. It is a chunky book, but I am determined to read it because obviously the second one came out and they both have just such amazing covers. They're like stunning. And I just want to see what the big deal is about it. And we have Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. Is that how you say the last name? So this is a crime novel, and I kind of feel like I should have read this a long time ago, but then I keep, each time a new book is released, I'm like, right, I need to read Magpie Murders. I need to read all of these books because they just sound right up my street, and I always see really good reviews for the books. And The Time Traveller's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. And yeah, obviously this is, I don't know whether you class it as a classic or what. I don't really know, but it does say as a quote on the top, here's the next, let's bring it down. Here's the next, The Lovely Bones, a rare book. Now, I read The Lovely Bones when I was very young and was amazed by it, and I've actually got it on my shelves. Let me show you. I've got it down here. No, I've changed my shelves around, haven't I? Ah, there it is. Okay, so I've actually got the Lovely Bones down here to read again as a reread. So that's kind of what made me think, okay, maybe I need to give this one a try. And then we have a Clive Cussler books. This is Trojan Odyssey, but to be honest, like the Stephen King one, it's going to be any Clive Cussler. So if I go down here, I've got quite a few Clive Cussler books, and they've all fallen over. A few Clive Cussler books, which were given to me by my father-in-law when he was having a clear out. So I'm going to, yeah, make sure I read at least one of those in 2024. And we have An American Tragedy by Theodore Dreiser. So this is actually the next book on the reading challenge for the Rory Gilmore reading challenge. I think it's like book 5 or 6 on the list. And for some reason, I have decided to work my way through the list, which is about 350 odd books. It's going to take me a few years, but I don't know. I thought it would, you know, open open my eyes, I don't know, to other books I probably wouldn't necessarily pick up. And obviously I hadn't actually heard of this before, so I'm going to give it a go. Hopefully it's not a DNF, but oh, now I'm just about to drop it. So we shall see. And then lastly, on here we have The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. So this is obviously book 1. Is it book 1? I made this error. Hang on a second. Look, down here we have the complete best-selling classic. So this is a very thick, and obviously all of the stories, both of them are like quite battered copies. I was again given these by my father-in-law as well. I'm pretty sure that's the first one. Anyway, whichever the first one is the one that I shall be reading. But yeah, it's quite a bad copy. But I don't actually mind battered copies, to be honest. I think it just goes to show that they have been loved in the past. So yeah, that then is all 24. I need to tidy up that shelf again. All 24 books, and that one as well, that I shall be reading in 2024. I'm sorry that the camera probably isn't great. I'm trying to film it, you know, handheld. But I wanted just to come on here and show you the 24 books of 2024. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.